Hello, guys. Welcome back to the channel. I've got Scott on the channel. So, good evening. How are you?
I'm good. Evening, Daniel.
Hey, well done. I mean, it's Newcastle tomorrow. How are you going into it?
Wow. I don't know. It's a funny one, isn't it, at the minute? I think everybody's a little bit concerned that we've dropped off the last few weeks. So it's another massive game. It's a game at home, but Newcastle are flying high, aren't they? So we just need some glimmer of hope at the minute. I think something just to cling on to a little bit because we just seem to have lost our way in the last month. I just think, we just lost a bit of that Steve Cooper identity that we had, and it seemed to be, we can see the team forging. And then I think with the injuries and the disruption, we've gone back to not knowing the best team and just seems a bit disjointed. But we've got to move quickly because it's squeaky bum time.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think caused it? Do you think January? Do you think injuries? The away form? What do you think caused it?
I think the injury to Bolly has been a big one. Because he was a bit of a colossus at the back. He was playing really, really well. And, Ryan Yates has been playing well. And, maybe it's a lot of it's to do with how good Ryan Yates has been this season. And, he was my player of the season and to be been injured. I mean, he's still, hopefully he'll get back on the pitch soon. But I don't think you can underestimate how good Ryan Yates has been for Forest. So,
Have I dropped the phone then? You ever was wondering what happened then?
So I think them two have been pretty crucial. And then the signing of Chris Wood has not really worked out so far. I think we just needed somebody a bit more mobile up front. So Morgan Gibbs White's just lost his way a little bit last few games. We just look a bit lost at the minute. That's the worry.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know Chris Woods is injured. He's injured, and obviously he's still on loan for us, so it's looking like he can't play tomorrow anyway, which won't be a bad thing, but it could be Ayu or Sammy Surridge playing tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I'll be happy to see Sam Surridge back in the team because I didn't think he was doing a lot wrong. He was playing quite well. They just seemed to develop quite a good understanding with Morgan, Brennan, and Sam on the left. It seemed to be coming together a little bit, that partnership. So I think trying to accommodate Chris Wood and try to play to his strengths is something that we're perhaps not used to doing. I want to say that Brennan's pretty much a centre forward, is he? In many respects, he's not the kind of player that's going to go hug the byline and whip a crossing. He can do that, but he's a lot more offensive, I think, than a typical winger. So, it's funny at the minute. And obviously, Scarpa's sounds like there's some personal things going on with him, so that's a blow as well. Because we want him to be making that impact. Get them games under his belt, get a feeling for it, and you're thinking now this is the time that he would really start to, to come forward. But obviously stuff going off with him, so I don't think he's going to be available tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm sort of glad that. I mean, it won't not nice to probably for him to be told about it's everything what's going off, but it's nice to know that he has got personal issues going away from football, so it's sort of like damping the rumours down about him and people not liking him on that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, it's good of Forest really to let him go, to go and sort himself out, which I think speaks volumes really, because it's it's a bit of a tricky period for us where we need everybody that's fit available. So obviously he doesn't sound too good. He's obviously had to go back to Brazil to sort it out. So, an unhappy player is not good. To keep him in Nottingham. So, fingers crossed he gets things sorted out, and he'll be back on the pitch soon.
Yeah, definitely. Touch wood. I mean, especially with Spurs last week, how did you feel going after the Spurs game? I mean, just our typical away form at the minute, but I mean, hopefully that the second half performance can kick on from it.
Yeah, well, funnily enough, I went and watched a non-league game last Saturday afternoon because I just felt that it was going to be the same old, disappointing away form. And, you're checking the scores, saw them at half time, 2-0. It looked like after 3 minutes, I think, the tone had been set for the match when Richarlison had that goal disallowed after, was it 3 minutes? I think that I saw, and it was just, oh God, so you could see it unraveling, and just poor. There's no getting away from it. The away form is what's going to get us relegated. There's no ifs and buts about it. The away record is shocking. And it won't be the home form that's going to do us. They've put some good fights at home. So it's the away form that's going to get us relegated. And the worrying thing is that we're not doing anything different. We don't look like we're going to impact on a game. Yeah, that the away form is a massive concern.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully that. I mean, tomorrow's game looking like it's going to be more of a much needed win than out, don't you think?
I mean, it's important not to lose at the minute. I think every point is probably precious at the minute because we're in this mini league, and you only have to look at results last night that teams around us are losing. So I think any point. I mean, obviously at home against Newcastle, 3 points is absolutely massive, but a point against Newcastle at home against the top 4 team is for me that's a good result. It's just important not to lose. So we just got to keep the faith and fingers crossed. Paddy's Day tomorrow, Nottingham will be rocking. It should be really, really good atmosphere, and fingers crossed. It'll be like that, and we can get a good result.
Yeah, that's the thing, and it's Paddy's Day coming up, and hopefully for our Forest supporters, they can celebrate it with 3 points.
Yeah, well, I mean, there'll be plenty down Nottingham early tomorrow, so I would think it'll be loud tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's the other thing with the fan base as well. It will be massive again tomorrow with the fan base. I mean, they turned up every game this season, bar probably the Everton game where it was a bit disjointed. The fan base will be 12 man tomorrow.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I mean, I think there'll be plenty of Newcastle fans around tomorrow as well. So hopefully it'll be, it'll be a good day had by all until we get to kick off. So fingers crossed. I watched Forest beat Newcastle with 9 men. I think Newcastle had 9 men, and that was a Friday night game a few years ago. I think John Joe Shelby got sent off.
Yeah, him and Dummer, Bento and Lasoso and Joe actually did the job, and he didn't celebrate that night.
Yeah, so fingers crossed. Another Friday night under the lights on the telly. We might do them again.
Yeah, definitely. Have you got a score prediction?
I'm going to go with Forest 1-0.
Who you got scoring?
Brennan.
Touchwood, he's fit and he's on score sheet tomorrow.
Yeah, fingers crossed. He looked happy enough at the training ground on Monday, so we'll see. We'll see.
Do you want to say about your Twitter as well?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter on at Munich and Madrid.
Dude, start up on that Twitter feed, not physically hit him. I'm not trying to encourage you out in here.
Join the queue.
Yeah. So thank you for coming on.
Nice one, mate. Thank you.
So thank you for watching, guys, and goodbye.